Okay, back again with Philip and Elijah. Again, thank you for your service, comrades in arms. I would highly suggest that if you haven't become a member of a DAV or a VFW or American Legion or one of these veterans organizations, become a member. Because number one, they need younger people, especially young guys who just recently came from these recent wars. But when you go there and you decide to join, don't just be a member. Become involved, become engaged, become a service officer, become somebody in a position of leadership. Because you're in a position of leadership can bring in other people, other young veterans. See, back in the day, the posts were mostly what we call watering holes, where people went to drown their sorrows out and just get drunk and chase women and that kind of stuff. But your generation of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines and Coast Guard veterans don't even frequent them anymore. But they do have services and opportunities where we can grow. With that in mind, I shared with you earlier that we want to have something like here in the camp for families and youth. In particular, share with the youth the pitfalls of the military service, as well as the good things about the military service. Because I get an influx of parents calling me about their daughters and to talk to them because she's not the same daughter she was when she left. And on the other side, the children who have fathers and mothers that are suffering from PTSD and other invisible scars that they have from being in combat and that type of thing. So, Philip, you shared that you have some kind of program with working with veterans in the New Jersey area. Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, first and foremost, still not here to bash the military. Love it with all my heart in the VA. With this, it's my brother's stuff that they just started. My brother, the news website is called funatfun.com. Again, that's funatfun, FUNATFUN.com. Now, with this, what we're doing is just a news website. It's for real people, real news, real time for real people. So my part in this is to try to help bring out the veterans, and now I'm just now doing a stepping stone now to whereas like I'm trying to get comfortable to I could start talking about so I could get more people involved, more veterans involved, so to say.
Okay, so you're still recruiting people to come to be part of it, to tell stories and that type of thing?
Yes, I'm still recruiting a lot of veterans. Okay. There's a lot of us out there that needs a lot of help, and okay. You could say I have a good enough connections with a lot of disabled veterans that are out there that are being hurt right now, and they're not getting help from the VA.
Okay. So Isaiah, what role do you play in that part? Or you do something else?
Actually, I'm just getting on board with them.
Okay.
Been family for
yeah.
But just actually getting on board with it. Actually, fun. I really I don't do much with it at the present moment. But I do want to say something about the military. You had mentioned earlier about the some of the pitfalls and some of the downsides of the military. I had the best time of my life in the military. I've also had the worst time of my life. And the worst time is because they teach you how to turn on for combat. They turn that switch on, and to the point where it's eliminate the threat. You know, if there's a threat, we're going to stop the threat, period. They never tell you how to turn that switch off. When you come back from combat, they don't switch that switch off for you. There's no 2 weeks debriefing, and then you're back to regular, your regular everyday duties. There's no off switch. So now you're still keyed up, and you're still in combat mode, and everybody that wasn't over there with you looking at you like, oh, this guy's crazy. Or something wrong with him. There's something going on in his head, and it is something going on in my head. There's a whole lot.
Yeah.
And that's the main problem with the military was somehow have how they train us to turn it on.
Yeah.
Train us to turn it off. afterwards, and that'll help out a whole lot.
Yeah.
There's no training for that though.
Yeah, you know, that's interesting that you say that, Isaiah. They turn you on but don't turn you off. And that's why organizations like Camp Burner, Wounded Warrior, and others that are out there in your organization to make people aware of this, that, hey, these men and women have been trained to go out and do a job, and when they come back, they're still programmed that way. I believe that's one of the reasons why so many of our combat veterans, returning veterans, are ended up being incarcerated. It's an alarming number of veterans end up being incarcerated because, as Dee said earlier, they come back and people don't understand them and they think they're crazy, they can't get a job, so you get frustrated and you start self-medicating, and next thing you know, you start hallucinating, and then you start, situations that you may see here in the neighborhood may cause you to react in a way that you shouldn't act. You know, I myself had an opportunity to advocate for a veteran at the court here in Newport News about 2 months ago for her to get her son back after a incident she had with her son. She was a combat veteran also. And the way they treated me on the stand as an advocate was ridiculous. It was so bad that the judge actually had to tell the lawyer from the other side that he didn't say that, right? I mean, I could tell that the judge was actually on my side, but she had to be objective at the same time.
Sure.
She heard what I said, but the other team was trying to turn what I said against me so they can win that case. Just no respect for a veteran, and most of the time when you're in that situation, that same lady who was the lawyer, I can almost guarantee you she never served a day anywhere for anybody, right? So again, us veterans, when you're talking about peer coaching, that's why peer coaching is so important. We teach anger management, train the trainer, for veterans and others. In particular, for veterans like you saw today, that's useful when you are being a peer coach to help another veteran. The VA itself needs to hire individuals that look like veterans, talk like veterans, and are veterans, and not just bringing in people who have a PhD or a master's degree, like they have all the answers based upon them just having education, period. So when I meet highly intelligent individuals like you two men, then it's easy for me to sit down and have a conversation and to think about the possibilities of not only what we can do together, but other veterans that's been through the same experience like you, male and female. So with that in mind, again, thank you for your service, and we're looking forward to doing wonderful things together.
Thank you for having us again.
Thank you.